But speaking of some of the LIV guys, Talor Gooch, who just won in Spain with a just late charge today with Jon Rahm shooting 6 under, who played a home game, a lot like Rory's going to be playing today, who had similar comments of like, regardless of what the field strengths are, when I've played the Spanish Open, when I come over here, I feel the pressure, I feel the excitement, I feel it on the weight of my shoulders. I mean, I think when it's all said and done, there's a decent chance that he's known and passes Seve Ballesteros as the greatest Spanish golfer to ever play the game. And that's something that clearly inspires him and something that he is shooting for and has the talent to do. I mean, he's already won a couple majors. I mean, I was thinking about it today. If Jon Rahm were to win this week, he would be one win away from the Grand Slam. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, he's already checked the Masters and the U.S. Open off. So I think Jon Rahm showing signs today, shooting 6 under, the momentum he has coming into this tournament, the good vibes he has of recent really good play in the majors, which last year was kind of a weird year. Though he finished 7th in this event, I think, when Xander won it. So I like Rahm a lot. Bryson's a guy like I'm off. And he's a guy, if you listen to me and you follow my gambling, I love betting on Bryson DeChambeau, especially, the last couple of years in these majors. I mean, the Masters has been profitable if you've hammered him to top 10 and to top 20. And that was a tournament that a lot of people used to laugh at him when it came to that. But the PGA Championship, obviously the U.S. Open, this is a guy, the U.S. Open this year obviously missed the cut, but over the last couple of years, I mean, just an absolute force of nature. I don't like him across the pond. I don't like him in the elements. And when you look at his history in this tournament, he only has one good event, and he finished, I think, 8th in 2022. Other than that, like, he's not even finishing in the top 25. I mean, this is a guy that, if he misses the cut, no one's really surprised. And I think this gets back to, I think what Rory, a big step he took this year was like kind of some different shots. And even he talked about it. He spent a lot this offseason of working on flighting his wedges. And I remember betting on him 2 years ago when he was paired with Scotty Scheffler in 2000. It would have been 2024 in the Masters on Thursday and Friday. And it was like, Scotty's in a different world. And that had to rattle him a little bit. And I think because a huge part of it was windy and he was ballooning these wedges and these short irons. And you watch him now, he's way more comfortable with it. That's why I'm not shocked that he won at Pebble, or obviously he won the Masters, because it's a huge part of his game now. And I think Jon Rahm clearly has that as well. The thing with Bryson, he's so analytical. It's like a science experiment. Well, to get a good, and listen, I didn't listen much in chemistry or biology, but I know the least amount of variables that you introduce in an experiment, the easier it is to control the experiment. Well, when you go across the pond, one, their greens are pretty slow. Their greens are not fast. And Bryson has become a really, really good putter. Well, why aren't they fast? Because it protects against the element. My buddy, Jeff Fong, who I play with here in Scottsdale, went on a boys trip over at St. Andrews and just played all around there. And he said, the craziest thing about the golf over there? It's the only time in my life where you really have to, on these intense wind days, factor in the wind to your putting. It's not even just the break or the slope of your given putt. You have to factor in the wind. And for the most part, that doesn't play a huge factor over here. And I think that really rattles them. And the other thing is, like, you can play all these different type shots. For the most part, when you watch Bryson kicking ass and taking names, he does two things. He slams driver off the tee, and then he has a short wedge where you kind of stick it close. And the other thing that you watch them play this week, it's like there aren't trees. There's not really rough. There's kind of that like wispy long grass. I just think I love Rahm this week, and I'm out on Bryson. But to Talor Gooch winning, who has won a lot on LIV, I would say no one has financially benefited more in terms of what they were potentially going to make making the jump. Like, obviously, Dustin Johnson and Bryson and Koepka and Phil made a ton of money going to LIV Golf. Reportedly, Phil got $200 million. Jon Rahm might have got like $300 million. Bryson, Koepka got 125, 150. Those guys, twofold. One, they were already filthy rich. And whether they had jumped or not, they were going to continue to be filthy rich, especially Bryson and Rahm. Obviously, it changed the course of their life. But like the house that Bryson does the YouTube where he hits the ball over the house, would that house not have existed if he hadn't gone to live? Of course not. Like he was building that house either way. Talor Gooch is a guy who was playing really well when he made the jump and was a good get for live. He has made $60 million the last 2.5 years playing on live. $60 million. And listen, he essentially forfeited playing in a lot of the majors for the money. And to me, if he had made 10 or $5 million, he has to just close his eyes every night and just go, I changed I became like an NBA six man. I became an NFL starting guard by making this jump. And he's played really well. And I think this is his, I couldn't tell if it was completely updated or not. I think this is with his fourth win on live. In 2023, he won their equivalent to the FedEx title. He got an $18 million bonus. So a huge part of the $60 million was the $18 million bonus. But when you factor in every time you win, you get $4 million. Talor Gooch has taken advantage of the live economics in terms of actually on the course more than any player. And honestly, I would imagine the only guy that's close would be like Joaquin Neiman at this point, not counting the bonuses in which they paid you to come over. But yeah, Talor Gooch is just going cha-ching all the way to the bank.